calls. Now these two, they're both California SeaLions, and as their name does suggest, you can of course find the largest population of this particular type of sea lion all along the coast of California. You can also find them as far north as Canada, where it does get pretty cold, and as far south as Mexico, where of course it's lovely and warm. So these guys, they really are quite a versatile, wide-ranging species, but that does mean they can cope with the good old British weather. Now these two, they're not both fully grown. This little fella, he's got quite a bit of growing left to do. He won't be classed as fully grown until he's 18. And by that time, he'll reach lengths of around 2 to 2.5 metres. So he's definitely going to get a lot taller. But he could also end up weighing anything between 20 to possibly even 40 stone. So he's also going to get a lot fatter and a lot heavier too. The big fellow in the corner, he's weighing in at 22 stone. So these guys, they really can get quite big. Let me introduce you to them both so you know who's who. We'll start with this chap first. This little guy, he's called Louis. Louis, he's our youngest sea lion. He's 8 years old. He's a very clever little sea lion. He's very laid back. And he's ridiculously friendly. This sea lion loves nothing more than cuddles or flipper shakes and kisses. He's got his flipper ready already, just so I can say hello to him. So, oh, Sean, hello you, are you okay? Want to kiss him? So that's Louis. Now, a big noisy one over in the corner there, he's called Arthur. Arthur, he's the biggest and the youngest of the 3 sea lions we look after. He is also the naughtiest. He's most likely to muck about and cause trouble. He is a proper mischief. Very clever too though, and don't let his size put you off. He's a big old softy as well. He likes a little flipper shake too. Alright big man, you're going to be a good boy in this display. That was silly, that's for sure. So, the first thing that we're going to ask these two to show you is an ability that sea lions are famous for. And that is, of course, their ability to balance things on their noses. Now, we're going to get started with some footballs. That's what they're most associated with balancing. So we'll try and get them both loose and show it off for you. Alright, Arthur, you take care of that one. That's it, good lad. And Libby, you have a go with that one. Now, lots of people know sea lions can balance, but not everyone knows how they actually do it. The secret to it is the lovely whiskers you can see on the sea lions' faces. Those whiskers, they're really very sensitive. And if you guys look closely, you can see Arthur and Louie's whiskers are not only pointing upwards, they're moving them around as well. And that's because they're feeling which way the football is moving. Now Arthur and Louis, they've got to listen to those whiskers because they're telling them which way to move their heads to stop the football from falling off. The whiskers, they're not strong enough to hold the ball in place. This is about skill and concentration. Now those whiskers, they do have a much more important use. They're not there to help us in line balance. However, we do find the balancing is quite a fun visual way of explaining how those whiskers work. Because in the wild, sea lions use them to find their food. Sea lions eat fish and squid for a living. And when fish and squid swim, they create vibrations in the water that the sea lions can feel with those whiskers. So if they listen to the information they're getting, they can pinpoint exactly where the fish and squid are hiding. Their whiskers are so sensitive, they already know what type of fish and how big it is without seeing it first. Now I think that's quite clever because it means they can make decisions. Is it the type of fish I want to eat today? Or more importantly, is it big enough for me to bother chasing after it. If it's a shoal of tiny fish, they'll burn more calories from chasing after it than they would actually get from eating it. So the whiskers help them to make choices and decisions as well. And did you know sea lions are one of few animals who are proven to make choices? These guys do it every day. Do I want to do the display today? If the answer's no, they won't run through the door. Or sometimes we get halfway through, one of them will decide, that's it, I've had enough, and they go on strike. So these guys, they do make choices every single day. Now, next up, I want to show you something that we've been working on with Arthur. Because eventually, we'd like to get away from the sea lions just balancing footballs. These guys, they're so clever, they can actually balance anything if you train it properly. So we've been teaching Arthur to balance this giant fish. Now this is so much harder for him to balance, not just because of its size and its shape, but also all he has to work with is this tiny bit of the base. So it's not the size of a football, that's all he's got to work with to keep it on his nose. So he's really got to think about what he's doing. Now we're still doing baby steps at the moment. All I want him to do is get from me to this stand just here without dropping it. He doesn't always do it on the first go, but practice makes perfect. Arthur's biggest problem is he likes to do everything at 100 miles an hour. But when he takes his time, he's really rather good. Yeah, give him a big round of applause. He's a modest fellow. What I do have to try and get him out of is trying to throw the fish at me like it's a football, because it is going to end in disaster at some point. But we'll work on that as we go. Alright, buddy, you move yourself over there. So yeah, that's something fairly new for Arthur for this year. So next up, I'm going to talk to you guys about seals and sea lions. These guys, they're sea lions, but they get called seals all the time, and it's not true. They're two completely different species. So between the three of us, we're going to show you the best ways to tell them both apart. So the first thing you need to look for is how do they swim. Sea lions only ever swim using their massive paddle-like front flippers. Show everyone your front flippers, you two. Let's see how big they are. That's it, here we go. Now when a sea lion swims, it looks a little bit like they're flying, because they move these paddles up and down, like a pair of wings through the water. This will propel them at a top speed of around 15 to 20 miles an hour. If Arthur and Louis were seals, however, their front flippers would actually be about the size of my hands, and they'd be stuck to the sides of their bodies like this, making them pretty difficult to swim with. So when a seal swims, they use the back flippers instead, and they move those back flippers from side to side like a fish. Now, because these guys swim with their upper bodies, they've got incredible muscles in their chests and their shoulders, which means they are incredibly strong. And Arthur, he's very good at things like gymnastics. So I'm going to call him over to the main stage, and I'm going to get him to show you what we call a front flipper stand. So this is where Arthur lifts all of his body weight onto his two front flippers, bringing his bum up into the air. This is something only a sea lion can do. Seals, yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? But a seal can't do that. Those tiny front flippers simply aren't big enough to support all that weight. Now we have started to teach Louis to do the front flipper stand. He isn't quite as good as Arthur. He doesn't hold it for as long. But as I say, practice makes perfect. So we popped it into the display. We're still using targets with Louis. These are targets. They're just sticks with different coloured ends on. We use it a lot when we're training. teach the sea lions to touch them with their noses and their flippers, and that's how we develop different movements. So for a flipper stand, we hold one out in front, and one up behind, don't fall off. So we've got one out in front and one up behind. Louis leans forward and brings his bump in the air to touch the other target. Eventually, we take the targets away, we pop it into a hand signal, and that's how we get a flipper stand. Oh, that was lovely. So there is a much better way to tell a sea lion from a seal. And I've saved the best for last. The best way to tell them both apart is by watching how they move on land. Come on, Louis, you can help me out with this one. So me and Louis, we're going to go for a little wander around, just so I can show you guys what I'm trying to explain. Before we set off though, I want to tell you about their back flippers too, because sea lions, they are so unique. They have the ability to turn their flippers to face forwards or backwards. So for instance, when sea lions are swimming in the water, they stretch those back flippers out behind them. And they can use them like a rudder to help them steer. But when they jump on land, those back flippers turn forwards to make a pair of feet. So watch Louis when he walks. He uses all four flippers to walk on. They all move independently, and this makes the sea lion really mobile. Louis can get around. He can jump over things. He can use his back flippers to climb or to stand up to try and reach for things. If I hold my hand there, Louis stands up to try and touch it. These guys, they can also run at speeds of up to 10 miles an hour. Seals, on the other hand, do move differently, and Louis does a fantastic seal impression, don't you? Are you going to show everybody? How does a seal move on land, Louis? Remember? Yeah, that's how a seal moves. They jiggle along on their bellies, and they look like ginormous slugs. Well, they did. Yeah, that's better. Now, because seals have such tiny front flippers, because they're stuck to the sides of their bodies, they can't use them like feet. So therefore, a seal can't walk, they don't climb particularly well, and they definitely can't run. And if you hadn't guessed, this is one of Louis' favourite things in the whole world to do. He did do a lovely demonstration, though. Do give him a nice little round of applause. Well So they are the best ways to tell them apart. But there are, of course, a couple of things that seals and sea lions share. One of those things is really rather dangerous, because it's their enemies. A California sea lion has two particular types of enemy. The first one is the killer whale, or the orca. That's its proper name. I'm not going to tell you the other one, it's Arthur's turn to do an impression. So you hop into the water and then show everybody what's your deadliest enemy in the wild. Yeah, he's got it. The tiger shark, the bull shark, the hammerhead, and the great whites. They think sea lions make a really nice lunch. So, the minute these guys even think an enemy is close by, they will just swim back to the beach where the enemies can't get to them. Sea lions actually live on land, so they can sit on the beach for as long as it takes for the danger to pass. The other thing that seals and sea lions share is a bit more important, because it's their food. Their daily diet of fish and squid. Fish and squid, they're not the easiest things to catch. Sea lions need good eyesight, a good sense of speed and direction, and a bit of coordination helps too. Now here at Knowsley, we give these guys their fish. They've got herring and capelin on the menu today. So to show you how good they are at catching, Alright, are we ready? Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it nice and easy. We'll make the last one a bit harder. We'll give it a spin. Mix it faster and harder for Louis to catch. Alright, Louis, here it comes. Ready? Up. But of course, if Louis were in the wild, he wouldn't be catching fish on the beach. He'd be swimming after them instead. So we're going to send him into the water this time. Let's see how many rings he can catch when he's going to chase after them. Alright, Louis, we're going to concentrate some. Are you ready? Here's your first one. We're going to throw all the way over there like that. Turn around, there's 2. 3's over there. What about 4? Let me tell you what, we'll throw it back over that side. Turn around, 4 and 5. Yeah, give him a little applause. Close to the end of this afternoon's display. But before we go, we're going to ask these 2 to finish things off with their highball jumps. Now this is where they take it in turns to leap out of the water and try to touch this white ball with their nose. Louis going first, and he can hit the high ball about here. Now as I say, he's just going to jump out of the water and touch that white ball with his nose, and of course if he does, you've got to give him a big round of applause. But I do have to warn you lovely folks, this is the point where you might get a bit of a splash. So Louis, you're going to get yourself into position. That's it, good boy. Alright little man, count to 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! He's away, will you hit the high ball? Now, that jump there is too easy for noisy hands. He's making a bit of chance to tell you about our posters. At the end of the display, when we start posting Lily and Roger, our third SeaLion. We're selling from the little green poster shop over there on your left. The posters, they're £2 each, or you can get all 3 for a £5. So if you've enjoyed the display, you want to take a poster of your favourite SeaLion home, you'll be helping them out at the same time, because all of the proceeds go back to these guys here at Knowsley. We've not finished yet. It is Arthur's turn, and his high ball we're going to take to this mark just here. Now Arthur, he weighs twice what Louis weighs. He's got even further to travel. So again, this really goes to show you the strength in Arthur's upper body. Same for you, Arthur, count to 3, and of course if he hits it, guys, give him a nice round of applause. 2, 1, 2, 3, go. He's away. He touched that high ball. I'm going to go stand at the front over there, and if you have any questions, please come and ask me. I'll do my very best to answer. Secondly, folks, please make sure you bring your litter down with you. It sounds a bit daft when we have to say it twice, but over the weekend we had a very poorly SeaLion who needed some rubbish that had been thrown into the pool. So please pick up the rubbish, please bring it down. The bin is literally by the exit doors, okay? That's all we ask. And finally, please remember I said about using the stairs. Please don't climb over those benches. Thank you so much for coming to see us. I hope you enjoyed the display. Come on.